Hey y'all, welcome back to Wind Down with Lee. Y'all know how we do it. We get straight to it. And today I'm getting ready to do a client's makeup. I haven't done this in a while, probably since I've done my sister's makeup here on the channel. So this is some new content. I'm getting ready to do a prom look. I have prepped everything and got it ready. And I'm going to run to the store real quick to grab one more thing that I need and then we'll get started. All right, y'all. So first we go in with our Neutrogena Hydra Boost and we clean off our client's face. Make sure that everything is fresh for makeup application. Then we go in with our CeraVe moisturizer to make sure her skin is nice and hydrated before we go in with any foundation or face products. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer because I want to make sure that her makeup is going to last all night for prom. She did mention to me that she is a little bit more on the oily side, so I decided to go in with 2 primers versus 1. The second primer that I'm using here is the Milk Mattifying Primer to keep her drier all night long. Then I'm going to use my Maybelline Express Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown to go ahead and define her brows. She did say she enjoys more of an arched effect on her brows, a little bit thicker than what her natural brows are. So that is what we are going for, and to try to keep it much more natural. So sit back and enjoy how we accomplish her brow look.
Every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for becoming. Even in the fever, baby, cry and get to running. And tell her that you better get your bootstraps up. You're with the army. Ready when the truth act up, nothing can harm me. Yelling from the roof I touch, put up a guarding. Count to 10, lion's den, speaking with the higher pen. Can't be touched by fire. Fast forward to the grown things now. I'm working on them soul things now. Forgiving all your old ways, but it's harder on the cold days. Cold days. Never been a product of a flawless environment. Never acted like I'm hot.
To define her eyes, I went in with the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Cafe because I wanted to make sure that her eyes popped because it will be dark.
I need to get away, yeah. Dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away, yeah. Cause I would rather be running away. I would rather be running. Dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away. I need to get away now. I need to get away.
I did go in with a second concealer, which is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze, so that she wouldn't look so wide-eyed and stark when it came to her eye look. Now on top of her brows, I did go in with the House Labs mixed in with a little bit of the Beautiful Bronze just to give it a little bit of a pop. And then I went in with some of the House Labs foundation on her face just to kind of let that settle in. I am going to put more foundation on her skin, as you'll see later on in the video, but I wanted to go ahead and get her base kind of settled while I work on her eyeshadow. So now we're going to go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and we're going to set down her eyes so that we can get into this eye look because, honey, it was gorgeous. So using my Melt eyeshadow palette in the shade Sangre, it's a darker shade of maroon. We go in with that first as her transition shade. And I'm so sorry about the light, but it just varies depending on where I stand. Now we're going in with the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, one of my favorite palettes. We're using 2 shades out of here to kind of help blend in that transition shade and give us a nice gradient of maroon. And I just love this eye look as a whole on anyone, but it looks very gorgeous on her. Now, once we get our base set down with our maroons, then we're going to go ahead and cut our crease. And with cutting our crease, I decided to go in with the P. Louise in the shade number 4. Yeah, I used the P. Louise base in the shade number 4 to go ahead and cut her crease. Now, what you don't see is, because my camera went off, is when I put the shade Love Handles directly on top of the P. Louise base, and it gave that nice, beautiful ombre, ooh, oh, gorgeous color that you see once the camera comes back on. So sorry about that, but yeah, we just finished the eye look off camera. But now we're going into our face makeup. I did go ahead and add the concealer from e.l.f. and then we're going in with our bronzer. As we typically do in most makeup videos, we're going to blend in our bronzer from LYS first while we let our concealer sit down and get a little bit more thicker in consistency. And then we'll go in and we will blend our e.l.f. concealer in a minute. Look at that eyeshadow. It just pops. Oh, her eyes are so gorgeous. I love it. And using my triangle puff, I go ahead and blend in the e.l.f. concealer, making sure that everything looks nice and consistent. Because she is more of my shade, I kind of knew what colors would look good on her and bring out all of the right shades of her nice, gorgeous mahogany skin. Just gorgeous. I love it.
I can tell the story of how I've overcome. Dark were the days I didn't know a sun. Numb to the thought of love, and so I chose to run. But yeah, call me home, and so his will be done. There's hope for tomorrow with you. There's joy in sorrow. There is no greater love than this.
Now we're going in with our Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent, just to set down the places that we put the e.l.f. concealer.
But I'm close to you. You know me by my name, but I chose the world instead of you.
And then next we're going to use our Morphe palette. And y'all know I love this palette. That's Rich. I use it a lot, and we're using the bronzer from this palette to go ahead and just apply that over where we place the LYS shade, just to deepen up that look on her cheeks, where she has gorgeous cheek structure, and it looks absolutely just amazing. Look at it. Amazing. And then we're going to go back in on top of that with the Huda Beauty in the shade Cinnamon Bun to give her skin more of the tone that she normally is, so that she doesn't look washed out.
Thought I could do it by myself. Guess I was wrong. Then I heard
And then I like to go back in with the shade from Black Radiance Cocoa Kisses setting powder. This one is a darker setting powder, but it keeps every tone that I've put on her face the same shade so that it doesn't change any of the foundations or the contour that we've already placed on her face. So it keeps all of the different shades the same. Next, we're going to go with the NYX blush, Back and Butter. Y'all know I love this. I rave about this so much. Look how gorgeous it looks on her skin and complements her eyes. Oh, amazing. I love it. Then we'll just blend everything in. Normally I use my Sephora Micro Smooth, but I decided to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzing powder and just push the powders into her skin, not necessarily removing anything or really just adding anything to her skin. And I'm only doing this at the bottom where I added the darker shade Cocoa Kisses, really. I'm trying to keep it there and just kind of blend things in, kind of almost. So it doesn't take away from her eye look. That's a new brush there up under her eyes so that I didn't take away from the highlight up under her eyes as I not remove but blend in those shades under her eyes. Beautiful. Then next we're going to go in with the NYX Glitter Brilliance that kind of matches the glitter in her hair, which probably can hardly see it on camera, but trust me, it does, just in her inner corner. Because we're going to go in with glitter later on, we didn't want to overdo it with this glitter in the inner corner of her eyes. And then next, we have the case of the blinkies, and that's okay. But we're going in with our Urban Decay eyeliner. It is the smoothest, easiest eyeliner to put on, but we had to deepen that eye look so we can get that sultry look for that nighttime effect. And we managed to get it on without too many tears. And then next we're going to go in with our L'Oreal, and we're going to put that on our lower lashes so that we can define those lower lashes and just make sure that our eye look is popping. Okay, finish off that eye look because again, we're going in with glitter under the eye, so we just want to make sure that everything is seamless. And now we're going to set everything down with our Maybelline setting spray, making sure we cover up our eyes. Try not to change the color of her eye look at all. And we did set down with the Revlon setting spray as well, but that isn't shown here because we wanted to make sure that her makeup lasted all night. And then we go in our Kiss Glow and Bronze highlight that I got from the hair store, but I love this stuff. My daughter loves this stuff. It is absolutely gorgeous on her skin tone. Oh, amazing. And then y'all know me, I don't like for stuff to sit just on top of the skin. So I go with my beauty blender and I make sure that it is melted into her skin. And then we go in for the glitter. This is a part of the final look, so we want to make sure that the glitter is aligned with her bottom eye and that it pops out because baby, it's glitter and glitter is going to show. So we take our time. This took us a little while to get done, but that's okay. It was well worth the time spent to get this done. Okay. And then that's that. My client tells you how she feels once this is done. So we'll let her speak and let her words talk. All right, y'all.
Hi, guys. So, she ate up on my makeup. It was the best service ever, house smelling good, best service ever. 9 out of 10, I recommend. So come back.
I appreciate it. You got to tell me your name.
Oh, my name is Melanie. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Prom makeup doing face beat. Hello.